Best Blended Whisky for 2023 in the Oswa, the Online Scotch Whisky Awards. And this is a little bit of a shocker for me. It's a strange one. It was like, what the hell kind of moment when I saw all the nominations. And for me, and I know for a lot of my subscribers, this is going to be a controversial one. Now, I did a previous video on the best value whiskey. I will put it in the end card so that you can have a look. A lot of comments, a lot of views, a lot of people that are of the opinion there's something wrong. Some good comments, and I really appreciate all the good comments that came in and a little bit of a discussion. Now I'm prepared for this one. There's going to be a lot of discussion and well, a little bit of a controversial for me as well. So I'm not going to make a long video. I'm just going to give you a little overview of the whiskies. And the first one, of course, what is nominated. Please, this is a nomination and not a winner yet, and I would encourage you go to the Online Scotch Whisky Awards, make your voice heard, make your selection, and of course at the end of the question, every question, you can then make your own selection on the whiskey that you would love to see maybe as a winner. That little bit of a People's Choice Awards, let's make them count as well. So on this one tonight, we are starting off with a Chivas Regal 18-year-old, 40% ABV, and the cost is around 82 euros. Now, in general, I don't mind Chivas Regal. I do find the 12-year-old nice, the 18-year-old nice, but then again, why stop there? Why not move to the one that I've got here, the 21 Royal Salute? For me, that is a perfect, fantastic, love it, and enjoy it every time that I get an opportunity. So that for me, if we are already at 18-year-old, then you might as well step the game up to the 21-year-old. So for me, that was the first, a little bit of a controversial one, but I must admit, I do like it. Now, the next one, I haven't tried it. So many people have said you have to try the Cutty Sark Prohibition, bottled at 50% ABV, cost around 27 euro. Now, I've tried, I've seen that it's not really easy to find it here in Belgium. But as soon as I get a bottle, I will definitely give it a review. So I don't really have an opinion on it. But once I've tried it, I will give my 2 cents as well. And of course, when you get to the next one, this for me was really a strange one. I could not understand where it came from, a 21-year-old. For me, it seems it's getting a little bit on the ridiculous side. But I haven't tried it. 21-year-old Dewar's Double, 21-year-old, cost around 120 euros for a bottle, and it's bottled at 46% ABV. So, of course, it is expensive. Well, maybe not expensive for a 20-year-old, but when you talk about the blended category and you look at the Cutty Sark at 27 euro, for me, that's a little bit controversial. How can you put a bottle that's 27 euros and you compare it to a bottle that is 120 euros? So that for me is a little bit of a strange one. But anyway, I did also Google it because I was not sure about it. And the funny thing is that this bottle of 21-year-old Dewar's, it's popping up all over the websites of people saying that this is one of the best blended whiskies. So I wonder how many Googling was going on when this list was created. Well, I don't want to be too controversial with this one. Leave a comment, tell me what you think. How did this one get into the list? The next one, Johnnie Walker Black Label. Now for me, years and years ago when I was still a young drinker and choice was not really there, Johnnie Walker Black Label was for me the ultimate whiskey. Of course, growing up and finding out some real single malt whiskies and some very good blended whiskies. For me, that was a little bit of a strange one, and again on this one, I was not sure why this is on the list. Of course, 12 years old, bottled at 40% ABV, 29 euros, dollars for a bottle, depending on where you are. Now, 12 years old, 29, not a bad price. You cannot fault the price on this one. But then again, if you have a bottle that's 120 euro, 21 years old, then you might as well bring in a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue Label to the party. So for me, I did not really understand it. I think this price differences for me was a little bit of a concern. Then two bottles next, but I have no idea, haven't tried it. But again, if you Google it, there's a lot of talk about it, and I'm talking about the McLean's Nose Blended Scotch Whisky, 46% ABV, about 32 euros for a bottle. Now, I've seen some online comments, some online reviews, and everybody's quite happy with it. So for me, that makes sense to have something like that. The Cutty Sark, the Johnny Walker Black Label, and if you stick to the McLean's, then of course that makes a little bit of sense that you have something more or less on the same price range. But for me, if you then grab something that's 21 years old, or the Johnny Walker Blue Label, it makes it a little bit controversial for a lot of people. And I've already seen a lot of comments of people of the categories that they didn't like. But of course, please remember, this is just a popularity contest, and for you it's simple. Put your favorite in, make your voice heard, make your selections. If you don't like something, you don't have select something at the bottom of each question. Put your favorite in there, and let's boost the companies that are not represented here. The last one, I've never even heard of it. I think that is something that I've never even seen in my life. And I watched the online when they presented it. It sounded like a lot of people that did not know what it is about, and it's called the Thompson Brothers TB BSW. It is a 6-year-old blended whiskey, 46% ABV, and it costs around £38, dollars, euros. But something that I've never tried, and definitely I would like to get a sample of it, or maybe a bottle or two in the future, just to give it a go. But again, that is the list of the 6 best blended whiskies for 2023. Now it's up to you. Are you going to vote for these ones, or are you just going to skip, or are you just going to give your favorite one that will make your list for the best blended whiskey for 2023? Of course, leave a comment, give me your selections. What would you like to see as in this category? And of course, we will do the next category maybe in a day or two, and definitely going to be a controversial one, the best blended malt whiskey for 2023. So please remember to like and subscribe, and of course that notification bell, so that you can see the next edition as well on my opinion on the online Scotch Whisky Awards, which I actually quite enjoy. So thank you very much. I did pour myself a Jack 10 in my previous video. This was one of the base value whiskies. Ow, and it is absolutely stunning on the nose. But again, you decide on which whiskey you like for the best malt whiskey. So see you next time. Cheers.